I was an attorney for 15 years.
You're a lawyer. Going to a bar and refusing to leave the bar because I've got to wait for my drink. The fraudulent use of a debit card of 60,000 to 250,000. All that was someone else.
Welcome to Bench Report Court Cam.
Hey guys.
Yeah, how you doing?
What's going on with you?
All is well.
Morning, Your Honor, or afternoon, I should say.
Yep. Yeah, barely that. It's evening eve. Guys, you're in front of me because you are currently in custody. Your lawyer wants me to let you guys out. And I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Let's start with it's Lane, right?
That's right, Your Honor.
So you initially are charged with evading arrest. We give you a bond, we let you out, and now you've picked up a new case. You've picked up a criminal mischief. You're facing, I think it's even a Class A. You're facing, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I have no idea what happened on your new case. So let's find out. Guys?
So officers were conducting a follow-up report related to an incident that occurred on November 21st. The complainant, the manager of Fannin Food Mart, stated that the defendant entered his store and had an altercation with him. The complainant told the defendant to leave. When the complainant returned to work the following day, he saw that the front window had been broken. The complainant reviewed surveillance and saw an individual throw something at the window who was wearing the same outfit as the defendant had earlier. Additionally, later that day, the complainant saw the defendant walk near the store wearing the same outfit as the individual in the surveillance. The officer viewed the surveillance and confirmed what the CW complainant had seen.
Okay. What are you doing with yourself now these days, Mr. Lane?
Presently, I'm not doing anything. I'm unemployed. I was an attorney for 15 years in Chicago, Illinois, and I moved here in July or late June.
You're a lawyer.
Well, I don't know if I'm currently licensed. I let my license go. I did MCLEs. I was supposed to do them over the summer. I had them due, and I just decided not to go back to Illinois. So
You didn't like being a lawyer?
I love being a lawyer. No, I love.
Just stop.
I'm sorry.
Why stop?
Because in order to practice here, which is my new home, it would have been a process of, I think, taking a bar 3 days. I think you guys have.
And
I had some other things going on in my life that producing.
What do you have in your life now?
Who?
Yeah.
Family, nobody in this area, but my mother and father, they live in San Francisco area, and my younger sister does too. My father's a retired lawyer, my sister's a lawyer, my older brother is in, a different
They know
field.
that you're here in this now?
No.
Can we reach out to them?
Sure. I mean, if you.
Well, here's the problem, Mr. Lane, is that we gave you a free bond, you've picked up a new case. And the last thing I want is to just let you go and you're going to be roaming the streets of Houston. It's just not a good place to roam. And if you've got nowhere to go, if you've got nothing to do, it could be a recipe for trouble. And that's why I want to let you out, but not just to the streets. If you have a place to go to, if you've got family, if someone's willing to take you in, then we can work something. But for you to just be let out on the street.
Right. I was going to defer to my counsel here to make these sorts of arguments. I'm not used to appearing in this sort of forum, but I'd be happy to speak to the circumstance of being homeless.
Do you mind if he reaches out to family to see if they can help?
I'm not sure. Well, again,
I can reach out to any family members if you want, if you're comfortable with me doing that. I just don't want to do that if you don't want me to. But
well, I don't understand the purpose to have them pay a bond.
No.
For help.
What Judge is concerned about is you having some sort of place to stay where you're safe, so that you can comply with bond conditions, come to court when asked, and we know that you have a place to be. So if that's a homeless shelter or Star of Hope or something.
More importantly, that you, number one, don't get into any trouble, and number two, don't be a danger to the public, because we want our public to be safe, secure, and that's it. And if you're on the street, you're roaming, you've got nowhere to go, you've got no food to eat, it's a recipe for disaster. But if we can get your family involved and let them know what's going on with you now. Perhaps they're willing to come down, speak with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have a larger extended family that really should be bearing this burden because they were the ones who convinced me to come to Houston in the first place and to stay here.
You can reach out to whoever you want. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Anyone you want. As long as they have a phone number, then hey.
Well, sure. I mean, I'm amenable to that. I'm not sure if that's a solution here that has anything to do with my bond, or because they gave me what, like a $5,000 bond or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, your bond's now it's $100 on the evading, and then it's $5,000 on the criminal mischief.
Is there anyone you could stay with in the Houston area?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I know of one person in the Houston area, and a few others that could possibly be called. I don't really know all their names, but people I met along the way.
Are you comfortable with me calling someone for you in the Houston area?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Sure.
Okay. But, let's see who you try to reach out to see how we can get Mr. Lane some help.
Okay. And Judge, will you plan to give him a personal bond, and maybe we'll?
No. I want to first see who we can reach out to first. If we can find someone that we have a place for him to go to, willing to help him out, then absolutely.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Lane.
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
want to give you another PR bond, but I don't want to just throw you out to the street to the wolves.
Sure.
Okay.
Understood, Your Honor.
James is great. He's here to help you. Together, let's work something to get you the best thing that we can. Okay.
Thanks.
Mr. Smith, not very happy with you. You were placed on a probation for unlawful carrying of a weapon. While you were on that probation, you absconded multiple times, meaning you took off. In March of 23, you picked up an assault. And then after you picked up the assault, you took off. Never heard from you again. The only reason we have you now is because you picked up a criminal trespass.
Can I speak on the March case?
Don't. I've got a bunch of district attorneys here, and I don't want you to say something that hurts your
Speak about
case.
the facts of your case.
Yes, sir.
The problem is that your lawyer is asking me to give you a PR bond to get you out. But I know if I give you a PR bond, you're going to take flight. We'll never see you again. How many times have you done it before? It's a rhetorical question. I don't want you to answer. But the problem is I have your bond at 7503 for a reason.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So we got to find out what's going on with you as well. What I'd like to do is have you TRAS'd. I want you to speak to our clinicians to see how we best go forward. I don't want to just throw you out to the wolves. We want to, how do we get better? How do we make sure this doesn't happen again? How do we get you full-time employment so you can start working? Well,
He works at
I
an
don't
auto shop,
know.
Judge.
Huh?
He works at an auto shop.
Great. But I need just more than words, right? So I'm going to have you TRAS'd. We'll set you off a couple days to see how we go forward. Okay? You understand?
Sir.
Okay. Do you have any family here that's willing to help you out in Houston as well?
My girlfriend, yes, sir. She was trying to buy me out today.
Who else do you have besides that?
My mother works for HPD.
Okay, that's a great start. Do you mind if he reaches out to mom? Okay, don't say anything here because, I don't want you to give phone numbers or anything like that. No. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you guys back. We're going to try to see how we go forward, and then we'll see you here soon, okay? All right, guys. Thanks.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, take care, man.
Thank you, Judge.
She had the open DWI, just doing whatever she wants to do. And now she picks up another case out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m. And I don't want you out in the middle of the night. And the only way that I can enforce that is with the ankle monitor. Because if I take that off, you can run amok and I have no idea what you're doing, where you're going, and what's going on. Like I said, I'm paying for it, so it's nothing out of her pocket. Either things. I take cost off of everyone so that it's never an issue. I know that and I'm sorry that it's uncomfortable. Well, I'm not really sorry, but actions have consequences. You now see, and I'm going to tell you, you violate conditions again. Get ready for that bond. It's going to sprout legs. It's going to be, you understand? Show me after a while that we can trust you and perhaps we can talk. But you're just now getting out of jail after violating conditions over and over. Thanks.
Understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you're now out of jail. You have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with them, and they will tell you when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're ducking and dodging, you pick up a third case, violate conditions again, there goes the bonds. Do you understand? Okay, stay in touch with them, and they'll tell you when you have to come back to court. So I'm going to waive the appearance so that she's whatever you guys need.
Thank you. And she did just complete IOP, and then she is planning to enroll in SOP prior to potentially entering into any other program that the court might have available. So
yeah, it's up to you guys, whatever, I'm just here. I just want to make sure that she's not out and about and continuing to party. According to her, she wants to go to school for this. She wants to go to school that. If you really, how old are you, ma'am? You have something that I can't buy. I have money, right? I've got a ton of money here, there. Steven's got a lot of money, babe. But you got something that I can't buy. You got something Bill Gates can't buy. You got something that Jeff Bezos can't buy. Do you know what that is? No. Age. And the reason is all those guys would pay an arm and a leg to be able to take back time to have age. But what matters is what you do with the age that you have. If you do nothing, it's a complete waste. If you're going to school and if you really care about the future, then you're going about it all wrong by continuing to pick up cases, partying, going to a bar and refusing to leave the bar because I've got to wait for my drink. This life is a journey. It can be a great journey or it can be a rotten, miserable journey. And as a young woman, you should never, ever have to realize or depend on a man. You should be getting your education. You should be getting degrees. You should be getting knowledge so that you never have to rely on a man. Men suck. Men are dogs. And you need to be able to rely on yourself, because if a guy says that they're going to take care of you, great. But one day they may never be there. One day they may take flight. And if you don't have an education, if you don't have a career, if you don't have knowledge, you'll be destitute, penniless, always dependent on a man. Don't. Become a strong woman with knowledge, because then that life becomes a great life. Because this life is only about one thing. This, the almighty dollar. And if you don't have this, you ain't got shit. You know what I mean?
yes, sir.
So get your knowledge. Stop picking up cases. Once that age is gone, don't come back. Thanks.
Your Honor, my client does have class from 5 to 9, 6 to 9, my apologies. And I know she has a curfew right now that is imposed. Would the court be amenable towards pushing that curfew back a little
Absolutely.
bit?
Show me proof that you're in college or that you're in class and that the class goes at that time. I'll happily give you time to go home. Of course. Yeah. But I'm not going to take your word for it. Show me that you actually enrolled. You got like either a syllabus or whatnot. And then I'll, of course, am always amenable to working around a schedule for school. Of course. Just show me and then we'll do it.
We'll present her to the court.
Please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Of course.
May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. Burnett.
Hey, did you ever get her, Morgan? Because Eric's been waiting forever. We need to get him done and out of here. On Gracia? Yeah. Did you get a response? Is he unopposed?
Let me check with Rochelle. I will ask her.
Ms. Oko,
Yes, I'm here.
who do we have here?
Naomi Burnett.
Burnett. Hi, Ms. Burnett.
Hello.
Okay, so it looks like you're wanted somewhere. I don't know where.
One out of Rutherford County, Tennessee. Warrant was issued out on September 9, 2024 for 3 charges: theft of property $60,000 to $250,000, and identity theft of at least 10 counts, and a fraudulent use of
Whoa.
$60,000 to $250,000. I
Whoa.
will obviously be opposed to a bond. She already waived on November 20th.
Does she have an open local as well?
No, Judge.
Why did it get reset so much?
I do not know. Well, it was carried
Oh,
over.
it's carried. Okay. Ms. Oko,
Judge, so Ms. Burnett just told me that she's a victim of identity theft. So she's believing that this is just stemming up from someone else using her identity to do different things that she has no, and she did write a report on this, I believe, a few weeks before this charge came down on her.
so you're telling me that the felony capias and the 60,000 to 250,000 theft of property and the 10 count identity theft, the fraudulent use of a debit card of 60,000 to 250,000, all that was someone else?
Yes, Judge, that's what I'm being told. Ms. Burnett, go ahead.
Yes. So last year, I already filed a police report against Cash's bond. He stole my social security number and he used it to open up an electricity bill in my name. And I also have other charges against him regarding burglary of an habitation. He broke into my house and stole my phone, and he stole money from me. And he also put his hands on me. So I'm guessing these charges are from him. I've never been to Tennessee before in my life.
How do we verify that?
I've never been to Tennessee.
No, well, I mean, the problem is that, you know, a lot of people tell me something, right, when in fact the sky's blue instead of purple. People come in here, tell me, yeah, the sky's purple. Man, this pig was blue. And I'm like, what? Pigs are pink. Yeah, man, this pig was blue. You got to believe it.
I have proof of being in Houston on those dates, whatever dates they're saying.
Okay, so I guess, I mean, I could have you get with the lawyer somehow, you guys. I mean, we've given you a lawyer. She's here to help you out in whatever manner that they can. I would suggest that you guys get together to figure out how. That's a lot of baggage. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I was
you know,
working with the assistant district attorney. We were pressing charges on him. So I didn't know he was out of jail. He was supposed to be in jail still.
I mean, I guess I can have you guys talk about it. You've already waived, right?
Yes, Judge.
Do you know if Tennessee's going to come get her?
As far as I know, they are, unless they tell me different from 5 days ago. But
So
the waiver was sent on the day she signed with the magistrate, so they would have told me.
you basically have 9 days left.
With the nature of the offenses, they can be done remotely because their identity, the very nature of the offense is that they could be done remotely. And if it was similar to conversion for the theft of property, they could have occurred from here, but the impact in Tennessee.
And here's the deal. We give the other jurisdiction 14 days to come get you. You've already been sitting in there and you waived already. So they only have 9 days to come and get you. If they don't come within that time, Harris County releases you. So, but I'll tell you, even if Harris County releases you, that warrant is always going to remain out there until you go back to Tennessee and try to take care of it one way or the other.
I don't mind going to Tennessee. I have transportation. I just don't want to remain in custody.
I know, no one does, right? But
And I was told there was some type of video, so I don't see how it could be electronically done.
Also, it is worth noting that I never.
we don't know. We're speculating. We don't know.
The
how.
judge told me when I went to court on Wednesday night.
What was on video.
They said they have a video of me and Cash's bond in Tennessee.
Just give me a second, Jake. Okay, I don't get access to any of that. Right here, all we were worried about is identity. Are you Naomi Burnett? And if you are, we established identity, that the charges are proper? If so, how do we go forward? A lot of times we let someone bond out if the person is not a danger, right? And we know that they're going to go back. But we don't know much about you, you know.
I have no criminal record. I have a degree, a bachelor's degree.
But
So if it's a matter of verifying the identity, if she's contesting identity, then she can withdraw the waiver and we can go for a governor's warrant. Or
I don't think she's contesting identity. She wants a bond, is what she
So like I
wants.
said, with the amount in the offense, with 250,000 on both theft of property and fraudulent use of credit card, and the fact that it's 10, which would be a third degree or second degree felony here, is that I'd be opposed with the sheer amount that is being alleged.
Yeah, one of the other things is that the higher level of charges, the more unlikely it is that we're going to give a bond, because the higher likelihood a person has of taking flight and not going back. So I don't know at this time whether I'm comfortable in setting you a bond. Okay. I don't know what connections you have here. I don't know what connections you have there. And the last thing I want to do is lose you, because that's a lot of stuff to answer to. And we want to make sure that, you know, whoever it is that has those charges is able to answer up to those charges. So
I also say that I already have a lawyer ready in Tennessee.
So what we can do here, what we can do is I can have you talk with Ms. Oko, figure out if there's some way that you can show that it's someone else, right? And if so, then we can talk more. Okay.
Okay.
But understand that I can't just take your word for it, you know?
Understand? But
Okay. So
even if I have police reports on him for already stealing my identity.
I'll let you talk with Ms. Oko, see what you can formulate, craft some kind of plan so that they're satisfied and I'm satisfied, and then we'll go from there. Okay. It's not a no. I mean, it's an uphill battle, but it's not a definite no at this point. Okay.
Understand?
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks. And you know, just give me a heads up if you have anything, you know, different.
Thanks for watching. Stick around longer and click the highlighted videos to your right. See you there.